People might just go for the weekend. Oh, lambs! I'm drinking now. Okay. Life is shit, so let's drink with it. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Woo! Oh, my people are hungry again. Let's feed the lazy bastards. Here, have cauliflower cheese, wankers. Cauliflower cheese. Makes you want to fart. God damn stupid fucking. Oh, I got ill, blah 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 blah. Where did I fucking get flowers from, man? Where's the old prick? Where is he? Where's Mr. I'm gonna die? Well, they got flames in their eyes now. That's awesome. Burning. Where's Mr. I'm ill? Where is he? There he is. That bastard. Oh no, I'm ill. Go rest. What do I want? What do I want, eh? What are you doing, you prick? That's a bit there. Oh, I did a thing about that. Love me. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. What's that? Free life man. It's free life man. Set me by the sea. Oh nice, fish fight. Begone, mist! Find satisfaction elsewhere! You not cross the threshold of my temple. I'm Jackie Ditcher. Kill a bitch. Oh. These free life men live in a semi by the sea. Yeah, I can. Life is shit, so let's drink. By the way, that call wasn't work. I just said work because I got to see. That call was personal shit to the little man, and that's as much as I want to say. Let's just say, fuck life and drink alcohol. I did get to see him though. Like I went and helped pick him up from school, which was nice. He was very upset that I wasn't going into the house. And when I was saying bye at the door. Because I got cuddles, goodbye. Like, no cuddles, no bye. He started crying. But yeah. Don't feel like that, there's no dancing today. How you doing, kid? When you killing an enemy, 10% chance of healing. Fire projectile when you swing up. Oh, I love both of these! I will do the hand of rage. I want the I didn't really want to do Call of the Lamb because of the mood I'm in. I wanted to do some Dead Rising so I could just smash some zombie faces in. But then it's Dead Rising off the record and I actually have to take the game seriously because we're doing the story. I can't just wander around going, ah, death. So, Call of the Lamb. Less confused about what stuff. That's good, I'm glad. My life just keeps getting worse and worse. But the second it gets better, it gets bad again. Oh, this fucker. Become 4, become 3, become 2, becomes 1, becomes nothing. Harry was always frightened of the Red Crown. Yes, fear made him a coward. My door is next to be knocked upon. Knock, knock, the lamb comes to raise the end of days and all of days. Oh, you spider bastard. Don't feel like dancing. Don't feel like dancing. What's this? What is it? What is it? Rolling enemy with dungeon. That's awesome. Oh, I'm glad you like that sword I made, Kitten. The sword of... Well, you didn't like it, but you found it interesting. It's probably the best way of describing it. You found the sword interesting. I'm glad of that. Rock battle, card battle. Rock battle. I don't like the mysteries. Sometimes they're bad. But we do this one. Yeah, I'm glad you found the sword interesting. Yeah, definitely. No, I thought just because we're not going to do D&D anymore doesn't mean I can't make... well, I didn't mean to say that. Just because we're not doing TTRPG stuff anymore doesn't mean I can't make TTRPG or more content. I'm drinking, so my voice just rolls out. I made a different sword as well, the Sword of Souls, which is slightly different, which I'll probably upload later on. Sword of Souls is quite interesting. Because that sword is like a sword that latches onto whoever picks it up. Like basically, if you ever played Devil May Cry, there's a scene in the first one where he gets his sword, but he stands there and it impales him in the chest and he's sort of floating. That's how you would receive the Sword of Souls. And then it would talk to you and it would basically give you this offer of like, I can make you extremely powerful. I can unlock your true soul. What I want in return is you have to help me hunt down a specific soul, and as we're hunting down that soul, you need to feed me souls by killing people. But if you tell anyone this, if you tell anyone I'm talking to you, if you tell anyone that we're on this quest, I will eat a soul connected to your soul, which basically means, like, say for example Tressa, if the sword was connected to you and you accepted it, which I doubt Tressa would, but say you didn't feed it enough, it would then take the soul of someone you're connected to. So, for example, your mother. You wouldn't know it. It would just be like, I have devoured the soul of someone you know. And then your mum would be dead. Also, on top of that, is every few days, if you haven't fed the sword, you'd have to roll. And depending on what you roll, it would eat a part of your soul. Which the consequences for that would be, basically, there's 5 parts of your soul it can eat. And once it's eaten like a 6th time, you're dead. Well, no, you're not dead. You lose control of your player, and your player basically becomes like this evil revenant that's going around killing people. But every time it eats a part of your soul, it removes one of your bonds. So, like, again, an example for Tressa, like, you have a bond with your parent. Well, if it ate that part of your soul, Tressa would then feel nothing towards her parents, for example. But if you do encounter the sword, and so it gives you this offer, and this also sounds really bad, but obviously it can unlock your true soul potential. So, for example, you know, you could activate the sword like once per day, and for example Tressa would just be able to use any fucking spell she wanted, as much as she wanted for that time she's activated. You'd be like, basically like a god for a little while. But if you say no to its deal, it will eat a part of your soul anyway and then leave. Like, it will disappear, go appear somewhere else to try and find another victim. You'd still lose a part of your soul. But as I said, we're not doing the TTRPG anymore. But I'm still gonna make the content because I like making content. Plus, I have a load of like monster stat blocks to upload. I've made, so I might as well upload them. But the Sword of Souls is fun. And then it also made me realise. It also made me realise if someone had the Sword of Sacrifice and the Sword of Souls, they'd have like, just like, take my blood. I'm gonna feed you souls. Unstoppable motherfucker. Well, Mike left the chat with me, Mike, and Ansam, so none of it's continued. Mike left the chat, so it just ended. So I accepted that already. I've moved on. I put all the effort into making the campaign and everything. I can't be dealing with people like leaving a chat because they're pissed off, so I just step back and I'm not doing the TTRPG stuff anymore. I'm fine. We're all still friends. We all still get on. I'm just not gonna put the effort in because then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just not gonna put the effort in if people are gonna leave. So. But again, everything's fine. We'll still get on. It's just no more TTRPG stuff. I'm sorry, Ken. I tried. I put I put basically a year's worth of effort into this, so I'm also sad that it happened. But I can't be asked to deal with people who, you know, I've got enough going on in my actual life, enough shit going on with my godson, that I can't deal with that sort of energy. You know, like genuinely most days I am close to breaking down and crying because of the shit that's going on in my life right now. That's why I'm drinking at the moment, so I don't have it to deal with the TTRPG stuff. Which I will miss because it was a nice, fun distraction and I did enjoy doing it. No, why would I ever give this thing up? This thing can auto-kill bosses. Yeah, well, I drink to cope. Because I have two coping mechanisms, kitten. One is self-harm and the other is drinking alcohol. And I promised when little man was born I wouldn't self-harm anymore. So, I drink alcohol. Plus, it's a Desperados Mojito beer, so it tastes really good. Yeah. I guess I could still do something with the world that I made. Like, I can, I'm gonna make a book or something. Because I don't want the world to go to waste. Because, again, I put a lot of effort into it. And there's a lot of stuff, like... There's a lot of stuff you guys will never discover, which I can just talk about now. Like... So many secrets we won't discover. Like, the thing I was trying to build in the Frost Mountains that I was trying to not spoil is the goblins have... So in the Frost Mountains there is the Dwarven tribe, which are at war with a free tribe of... I said Dwarven tribe, they're like, it's a whole massive city, but they're tribe. But they're at war with a free tribe of goblins. And I wanted to build this whole thing of like, you go speak to the dwarves first and they say how these goblins are savages and like, oh, they're monsters and they kill on sight. And then you actually meet goblins and they're not savages, they've got guns and technology and they're like basically the level of like Fable 3 level of technology. And they don't attack on sight. And it turns out that the whole war it's going on because the dwarves are trying to claim the whole mountain for themselves. The goblins are just trying to be like, look, we have this part of the mountain. We've already set up houses here and our mining systems here. If you just leave that alone, we're not going to go at war at you. The dwarves don't want that. They're at war. And then it's like you kind of have to pick a side of this civil war. But then also on top of that, the dwarves have these giant, like, dwarf killing mechs, which used to be like giant robots to help them mine. So like the first one you'd face would have like a pickaxe arm and a cannon, like a single ship cannon arm, because it was like blow a hole and then mine. So that's what you'd face. And then you'd face later models which are like the pickaxe arm could now like shoot itself off and like embed itself into the ground with a chain, and now the cannon arm has like multiple cannons. And then Mark 3 would have like multiple cannons. The pickaxe arm is now like a drill that can drill like down and spin really fast and still shoot off. And like, yeah, it would have been really epic. And other stuff like that. And then you also met the Goblin King, who was like this extremely massive overweight goblin who is riding around in like a chest that has like spider legs, because the goblins have these like chests that can follow you, kind of like the chest out of Terry Pratchett's thing, you know, that awesome chest. But they have like spider legs, and he's so overweight and bulbous that he has to sit in this chest to move, but it's also filled with gold and gems that's always overflowing. And he has his children in there as well at the bottom, and he has his favourite child on his shoulder that's always playing like a lute. And it's always like he's always playing a tune, and the Goblin King's always go, "I am the Goblin King." And he's like this tyrant. So then it was meant to be this whole thing of like, you have this war between the dwarves and goblins that you got to pick a side of, but also inside that you have this civil war in the goblins where like the goblins loyal to the king are building up forces. The goblins who are like, we want to revolt from the king, are building up forces. And it would have been this whole thing. Plus, on top of that, there was the Orc-born, which is a Orc-born of goblins who decide, like in Goblin society, is like this, you know, Orc-born, like, is really respected, and they have their own private tiny like army basically, but they're all about like crossbows and bows and arrows and swords because they're like Orc-born super strong thing. And he was basically meant to be someone that you kept facing in the mines because he has this thing called Orc-born resilience. So even if you get him to 0 health, he can come back with 1 health and his movement triples. So basically he would come back with 1 health and then boom, out of there. So he was meant to be something you'd face multiple times in the mountain and basically build up this whole like, we need to kill that guy. And then it would have led to this thing of where you'd have to rescue this dwarf from being executed, or depending on your actions, you guys would also be there executed. And as he was about to be executed, that's when the Civil War would shoot off. So then you'd have like goblins loyal to the people fighting goblins loyal to the king, with the Orc-born and his men chasing you down. And you like, I was going to make it so you meet the goblin who is making all these mechs and all these weapons, and you meet them, and like they're this like Leonardo da Vinci style goblin, and like the whole goblin society is built on steam power. So they have these pipes everywhere, like these pipe systems, and it's like very much a utopia where like everyone has access to hot water and warm water and cold water, and everyone has like their own little private farms in their houses, near their houses, because they have this water. And the pipe system worked by, it's like these really powerful pipes that go all the way up to the surface, go in the snow, and it goes all the way down to like just above lava for steam. And basically it collects snow from the surface into the pipe, which then would go all the way down above the hot steaming lava to be turned into like vapors, which would then go back up to the cooled pipe, so it would turn into water. And they'd have a way to store like steaming, they'd have a way to store the steam and the water, so then they could have water at any temperatures. And it was like, I put a lot of work into the goblin, but I also put a lot of work into the dwarven society, because it has a council of like 5 members. So there's like the leader of the people, the leader of the banks, the leader of the army, and the leader of the miners, and then the king, who is like the 5th one on this council. And it's meant to be this whole thing of like spoiling things. It was meant to be this whole thing of like, it turns out Breton's ancestors are long lost people from this goblin society that left to go explore the world. So then he was going to be like this, like, no, that he'd be given this a percentage of this like wealth that's been kept for the lost children, like the lost dwarves and all this, and he would have been given this title and all this. And in the town you'd go to before you met the dwarves, before you went to the Frost Mountain, would have linked to Tressa's backstory, because it would have been filled with snow tieflings, and it would have had, you know, the demon that like your heritage comes from. There would have been like a whole quest with them there and all that, and that's why your mum was like, "Hey, don't go to the Frost Mountain," because you know there's demons there. That whole thing. And then obviously Shadow's whole thing would have been, yeah, that's what I'm saying there. Shadow's whole thing would have been like you would have had to travel to the higher city to find out who this like that cabal like organization, and there's like so much to do with that. Like there's a detective there that you never meet who was linked to like he's linked to like basically the Eldritch being of truth, so he has truth connected to him, so he can activate this thing that like it drains him and makes him weaker, but he can activate this thing where no lies, kitten died, no lies can be told around him, and that's why he's such a great detective and all that. And he would have had his own little familiar that can turn into different things. Because I always like the idea in D&D of like, why did no one ever make a detective who has a familiar that can turn into different creatures? Because then you could just send the familiar off, like as a cat or a rat or a bird, to go spy on the people you're investigating and you get information. And as a detective warlock, you could... So I made that character for you guys to deal with. And what's his face? Sir Wesley Eloise. I can't remember his name, first name. Pierre. Pierre Wesley, was it Pierre? I think him. He was meant to be a recurring person. He was meant to be like a recurring antagonist slash person who helps you. He was meant to like constantly like come back, and every time you met him, he'd have different magical items. But he was always meant to be this whole like, we work together, but you know eventually at some point he's gonna try and fuck you over. That was meant to be like a whole thing. He was meant to be like that. You're like, oh, I love when he turns up because we know something fun's gonna happen, but also he's gonna try and fuck us. Like that was meant to be a thing. And then fuck it, I'll spoil everything. And then eventually, at some point, the whole of Balton was gonna go to civil war. And it would have been like, you guys have to pick what side of the war you're on, and you have to help, like, recruit people to this war, and depending on who you recruit, depends on, like, did you side with the dwarves or the goblins? Cool, now you can get the goblins to join your side, or you can get the dwarves to join your side, depending on who joins, gets different benefits, and stuff like that, and it would be this whole thing. And that was just year one. That was just year one. That wasn't even the year. None of that year two content with like the 3 ancient dragons and the god of the planet. The god of the planet you was going to meet, and the council of... There was going to be a council of like demon, angel, devil, dragon, unicorn, death, and human. Or mortal. Death and mortal. Oh, no wait, there's 2. Death, mortal... Something else I can't remember, and then there was going to be a chicken. And the chicken, right, was going to be this whole thing of like, I want whichever one of 3 of you went off and got to go meet God, would like basically would have a word with God, and God would be like, I know there's a chicken, but he is the embodiment of chaos, because everyone there's an embodiment of something. So death is the embodiment of death, and dragons are the embodiment of, spoilers, the true way this world is meant to be. The chicken is chaos and stuff like that. Like the mortal is the embodiment of like mortality and stuff like that. The chicken was going to be like the embodiment of chaos, and it was going to have all these stories of like, yeah, every time I put that chicken down on the world, like proper shit happens. Like the last time I let him back onto the world, a whole society got destroyed, and it was just going to be this chicken of like that would cause pure chaos. And that's why there's no phoenixes in my world, right? There's no phoenixes because it was going to get to a point where God eventually kills the chicken and makes it so when the chicken dies, it burns to death and is resurrected. And then at that moment in time, you would have learnt the chicken's name is Phoenix, and he would have been the first Phoenix born. And it was going to be this long con joke of like, here's the first Phoenix born. From a chaotic chicken. Like I had this idea in my head where one of the quests you'd have to do in year 2, like that's when you're dealing with gods and like ancient beings and shit like that with year 2. One of the quests would be you have to break in somewhere, but you'd have the chicken with you, and basically I wanted it to be you 3 at the gate discussing how to break in, and then all of a sudden the gate opens and you walk in and there are people dead everywhere and like buildings are on fire, and you just see the chicken like hanging off of this rope, swinging into something, knocking something down, which knocks some fire down, which sets someone on fire. And it would have been this whole thing of like, well, we don't have to break in now, everyone's dead because the fucking chicken got in there. But oh well. Oh, by the way, the reason the world, in case you're wondering, the reason the world is looks the way it does, is that color, and it's called West Uriv, is because the world is the eye of a cosmic dragon that got cut out during a battle, that as he was shrinking down in power, he turned into a world. So West Uriv, if you translate it from dragon language, means the eye. And basically God was going to be this like dragon man who had like one eye and had no name. He's the nameless one. So when he went to say his name, he would be like, I am, and then it would be pure silence. It would be like the most silence ever. Like no sound at all. Not even the beating of a heart. and then it would go back to like normal, because his name is nothing. There's gonna be a whole thing. Oh, the tear. So now the tear is basically the original race on the planet were dragon people who eventually died out for reasons. Again, I could get into all of it, but I'm skipping bits not to make it too confusing. They died for reasons, but before they did, they sent up a satellite because they had like technology to the point of like space travel, and they sent up a satellite to keep an eye on the world and try and basically their goal was to shrink the world back down to the size of an eye so that God could put it back in his face and be complete again. So that tear you see in the sky is the satellite going round the world, and the last 3 dragon folk are on that satellite trying to fix it, but they are stuck in a time loop of every time they try to fix it, the satellite blows up. That's the red tear you see in the world, and then it all resets, or the satellite releases something that basically kills them but doesn't blow up. That's the blue tear in the sky that you see, and they're stuck in this time loop doing this, and that basically would have been like a, hey, do you guys want to do a one-shot where your dragon folk stuck on a satellite in space? That would have been that. What else can I talk about now that we're basically never going to play it? Oh, the book, Kitten. You know your book? The story of Nightbrook? That's real. Basically, in the top right-hand corner of the map, there's a tear, right? There is an island there called Nightbrook that is constantly surrounded by a tornado that no one can ever get through. It's like got this storm. And what that island is, and what you guys would have basically in like a Halloween one-shot would have gone to, is that island is an island full of monsters who want to be friendly. They want to be friendly. They're friendly monsters. So it has a town called Nightbrook, and like the leader of the town is the zombie from that book who is now a skeleton because obviously over time the meat has fallen off. And he's basically from the game Medieval, and that's Sir Daniel Fortescue. But obviously he has no bottom jaw, so it's Sir Daniel Fortescue, and he would have given you a potion so you could understand him. So it wouldn't be always been like, hello, I'm Sir Daniel Fortescue, let me help you. You would have understood him because of the potion. But it would have been for like monsters who are all friendly, and it would have been like, basically in the wilds of that place there are monsters who attack on sight, and that's where you could do your battling. But it was mainly monsters that are friendly, and there would have been a house there that is basically the Addams family but my twist on it, because there is a house there which is like a giant mansion which has a mum who's a witch, a dad who is a vampire lord, a daughter who is made up of spiders. She's like thousands and thousands of spiders that can then form the form of a little girl. Witch mum, innit? A son who is an adopted son because he is a little boy who died in the walls of the house, and he is now a ghost. And he's constantly getting stuck in the walls of the house. And it would have had a granddad who seemed normal, but obviously wasn't normal. And then it would have been revealed that the house itself, this giant mansion, was a mimic that grew too big. So this house is alive, and the house is living, and they just call it house. And there would have been a whole quest around like the mum has gone missing, like the witch mum. And her name is Mia More. So then the dad would always be calling her Mia More, which is my love, which I would have loved. And he would have been, yeah, it would have been basically the Addams family, where like he's devoted to loving her, and you know, all this. And, yeah, that's what that book was. But before going there, you would have met a different Fortescue. You would have met Sir Edward Fortescue, which would have been a zombie and a ghost, and both are Sir Edward Fortescue. One is Sir Edward Fortescue's body, and one is his like mind. And basically, you would have found out the Fortescues are cursed, so when they die, they get pulled into being a ghost and a zombie. So then all these pompous, preppy, snobby rich folk get turned into these ghosts, and they have to watch their zombie be like a fool, basically. And they're like, oh god damn it, body. Except for Sir Daniel Fortescue, who's like the only nice one in the family, so he got to come back as just like a zombie with his mind, and then slowly turn into a skeleton with his mind. And that would have been a whole thing. Yeah. Oh, and I had this whole thing of where you would have met like this ancient turtle dragon, and he would have, again, spoilers here, but again it doesn't matter anymore because we're never gonna play. He would have asked if you could leave Red with him for a little while, so you would not have had Red with you for a while, right? But when Red returned to you, Red was gonna be like a baby dragon now, like the size of a dog or size of a horse or a panther. Dragon with wings that could shoot fire and stuff. So that was gonna give you that. And obviously, Breton was gonna be like a dwarf lord who can basically have his own like private little army. And Shadow has this shadowy cabal that he could take over if he wanted, and he has this whole like basically Assassin's Creed thing is what Mike would have gotten, and you would have gotten like a actual dragon, and Anton would become like a lord who could have his own army and drink and be posh and drink tea whenever he wanted. No, because he'd just be a horse. He'd just look like a horse. Oh, I died. Like, that could be his main form of horse. No one's gonna question why you have a horse. Why you got a horse? Well, he's a dwarf lord. But yeah, that's all gone now. I still have it all written and stuff. And there was gonna be a whole thing when you met Death and played chess against him and won a prize if he had fun. Because there's multiple deaths. There isn't just one death. There is just multiple deaths. And basically this death, again like Terry Pratchett, is on holiday. And basically he traded places with a goblin and basically said to this goblin like, look, if you do my job for a while, I will let you come back to life. And that basically was going to be like the first time one of you died, you would have met this goblin Death, who would have been like really flustered and like have this giant tome and like looking through it and like I'll be like, oh no, you're not meant to die right now, this isn't one of the times you're meant to die, no, and then he'd have to send you back. And that's how I'd like the first death you guys had, where I would have been like, no, you're not dead, you're back alive, see, because that's not one of your foretold times of dying. Oh, there's meant to be a whole pirate arc with the Piper's Delight and William, because there's meant to be these goblin pirates who are on a boat that's in the shape of a giant rubber ducky called the Duck's Quack, and it's basically the Duck's Quack is worse than the dragon's bite. Hey Mike. And basically yeah, there was meant to be a whole thing of like there is this, I made food, didn't I, you fuckers? Oh, I didn't actually cook it. Yeah, this is like giant duck full of goblins that's basically stopping people from being able to travel the seas because it can go underwater and jump. So it goes under the water, jumps over a ship, and then shoots like all its cannons down at them, killing them. That was meant to be a whole thing. You have a pirate arc if you wanted to do that. Oh, the train set of travel. After a certain amount of usage, you guys would have woken up on a train that was traveling around a giant track going around a mountain, and you basically would have found out the train set of travel would have been the last efforts of a different universe. Basically, a different universe got destroyed, and the last people out of the universe went on this train and are basically now just forever traveling on this train. And it basically would have turned out every time you guys used the train set of travel, you possessed 3 bodies of people on this train. And then it would have been like this time you woke up and remembered who you are, and you basically have to help this train of people be free, rather than being trapped in eternally always going around this mountain. That would have been a whole like side quest thing. But me and a dragon do love coffee. Do I need a coffee and get us that? Join our cult. But yeah. I think I've basically said most things. I've not talked about the dragon in the Cross Mountains. Or Kess and the assassins. I'm not talking about those yet. But I can talk about that in another stream. There's a lot of info I just dumped. Come on. Ooh. Oh, hey Mike, by the way, I don't know if I said hi or not. I saw that you joined. I don't know if I said hi or not. Just be happy, my little follower. Go rest if you will, mate. It's not hard. Should we make a confessional booth? I don't think we need it. Should we make a place for people to confess their sins? Oh, we can't now anyway. Right, let's get me a weapon. Convert me into a weapon. Come with me. Let's try this again. Oh, oh, oh. What is this? A devastating melee attack with a chance of possessing impact. Fucking hell! The bow of me is like really powerful though. How is your Dragos going? So nice, nice, very nice indeed. And I hope whatever you're working on, Mike, is going well. I don't know what you're working on at the moment. I just know something with your computer all the time. Something to do with memory. What you're always doing on your computer. Man, they're really powering us up this time, aren't they? Right, we don't do mysteries because they could depower us. So heart, battle, thing, battle. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do that. Feed me. Oh, by the way, I hope that studio project very slow needs to run some pretty videos. Fair enough. Fair enough, Mike. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying Alan Wake Kill. That series is mainly for you. Because you bought me the game. Like, I do need to do some Grim Dawn as well. I do keep meaning to do that. But again, I have so much shit going on. So much shit going on. I wish life could be easy. Yeah, I know, but I might as well stream it. Or record it. You could do, I gave you that list, didn't I, of games that are all very similar. The pink tour list, didn't I? What games on there? Enemies in the next room will be harder.
Not just polo, gosh, polo,
There, I bought something. Now piss off. I feel like this is the run with all the powers we've got. Holy fucking what the fuck? Oh yeah, they said it'd be harder, didn't it? I was gonna say. Holy fuck! They said harder, they meant harder! Jesus Christ! I'm only a little lamb, for God's sake. Oh, if I die because of this, I'm gonna be so pissed off. This is the run. Oh, I'm gonna die, ain't I? Oh, that's one dead. Gotta kill this one. Come on, little bow, just shoot him. Ah! I'd rather... Even. Cool, I have a heart. A single heart for this round. Thanks, mate. I'm gonna die! I've not even got to the boss yet, for fuck's sake. Kill it, demon me. Kill it, demon me. Life. Healing. Oh, feck off. The room full of mines, basically. Oh, come on, I need more hearts, I need more hearts. Oh, I need more hearts than this. The boss! Yeah, we can defeat the boss. Problem is we gotta get to the boss first. I have to survive long enough to get to the boss. No, you fuckers, you hit me. No! Get my ass kicked. Whew. Like to feel. Well, that's the boss through there, so let me go back, because this last run might have something beneficial to me. Hopefully. Please. Come on, I need it. I need it! I missed Tunic. Tunic, however you say it. I miss playing that game. That game's fun, man. I was hoping they'd make like a DLC or like second one. No! I just lost hearts doing this room. Fuck. Random. What's random? What's random? Now let's try this boss. Oh, yeah. Well, because I miss playing the game. This boss is fucking hard, man. Ah, feck off. Really fucking bastard. I don't like bosses that summon things. I think it's cheap. I think it's cheap when a boss summons things. Although I technically can kill them for health. Ah. You fucker. Oh, can you feck off, you weird little bastard? Oh, I do not appreciate it. Annabelle. Fuck you, hell! I can't go back to Tunic, I've done all the things! Fucking boss is harder than all the other ones. I've done all the things in Tunic, there's nothing to go back to. I don't want to send. I don't care about the holy quest. Oh, this could be good. Better demons. 2 demons at once. That could be good. That'd power me. What the fuck? Who brought you back to life? Oh, resurrect affected. I was gonna say. Who the fuck brought you back to life? Mike, really? You shat here? It's a toilet, Mike. It's a toilet! Oh, it's full. My bad, Mike. Maybe I should build a second one. My bad, Mike. I forgot. I didn't empty the toilet. Life is... Both me and the dragon do love coffee, and you know, I'm in a very dark place. I could use some coffee. Go to sleep, Biscuit Boy, if you're tired, for feck's sake. I shouldn't have to fucking tell you, you fucking dumbass. More alcohol. Oh. I mean no juice. More no juice. Give me your face, my followers. I'll make you some food because you're always fucking hungry nowadays, you pricks. Eat grass. Eat grass. I can't be asked to cook anything good. Just eat grass. Grass is good for you. Grass is good for some of them. Because some of them are animals that would eat grass. More grass! Eat my grass. Yeah, they all have the trait where eating grass is good for them. Alright, fight them in the pit. You... Art versus Nug. Let's go fight in the pit, come on. Art versus Nug in the fight pit. They demand satisfaction. They must fight. Where is it? There's Nog. Where's Art? You just got brought back to life, mate. Why have you already got fucking problems? What? They may live. I am a merciful God. Not a good fight to start off a sermon. So I always did this side, like, cause these were the good and these were the bad. But every once in a while, I'd just be like one bad. Murder, fighting, be nice to each other, loyal enforcer. Oh yeah, I've still not done the mushroom one, have I? Yeah. Mushroom! Eat your mushrooms, become insane! For me! Make the drop. Psychedelic code time, baby! Yeah, I did it, 'cause that was a quest. That's why I did that. Return to Zozo. Oh my god, look, they're all fucking fucked out of their minds now. I also want to return to Breath Edge, but it's not on Game Pass anymore, so I actually have to go buy the game. To carry on from where we left off. But that game was good. Or is good. You did it. You did it, didn't you? You tasted the power of the mushrooms, yes! You're just like Zozo! Zozo knows you are a friend! Here, you must take this, a sign of friendship between lovers of the mushroom. Keep it safe, you can trust no one. No one! It's just a thing that lets me get a shitter cape. I wouldn't mind if the capes were good, but they're not, they're crap. Ew. I can now build a Zozo statue. That's so cool. Yeah. He'll give me another gift if I build it at my cult. Oh, someone died of old age, for fuck's sake. Stop dying of old age, you old bastards. Still gotta bring Kitten back to life. Now I gotta do this fucker. Get in the hole. Let's bring Kitten back to life, but I don't remember. I don't have enough bones. Sorry, Kitten, I'll go get bones and I'll bring it back to life. What do I need to build this guy's fucking mushroom statue thing? I need 35 mushrooms and 20 gold. Yeah. I will be right back. Hello and welcome to some Alan Wake. For people who was enjoying the Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, I'm sorry, but the third level of that game really just was not fun. And I think for me to keep doing this stuff and to keep motivated to do this stuff, I have to do what I find fun. And it wasn't fun, so I'm sorry for that. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point, but not right now. I'd like to give two big shout outs this video. The first being to Kitten Poker, being a wonderful, amazing person, and being the person who bought me the complete Alan Wake collection on Steam, which includes Alan Wake, its DLCs, and Alan Wake American Nightmares. I think that's what it's called. It does mean I have to start Alan Wake all again, because I was right at the end of it on Xbox. I'm last chapter in the thing of Game Pass, and I'm not paying for the remake they made. Well, not the remake, the HD remaster they did, because apparently it's terrible compared to the original. Which I don't know how you fuck this up. You just make it look prettier. Oh well. But yeah, big thank you to Kitten Poker for buying this for me a while back. I'm sorry I'm only now getting to it, but again, thank you. Please check the link down below to find their awesome Twitch channel. They are amazing. I will show as much of this game as I possibly can, but I may have to cut some parts out just for time, because there's a lot of... For anyone who's played Alan Wake, you know this. There is a lot of collectibles to find. Although with Alan Wake, they are rather important to the story, because this game, I didn't like it when it first came out. I tried it, didn't enjoy it. Then I played Control, and Control's DLC, the second one, is Alan Wake. So I decided to go back and try Alan Wake, and then I loved it. I also loved the other game they did, Quantum Break. I think they're all fantastic and amazing. But yes, Alan Wake is a game that is very connected to the collectibles, and you'll find out why. The second big shout out I would like to do is to the wonderful, amazing Jasper. They are fantastic. They are our official artist. They are rather slow on doing the art, but And I'm back. I hope you saw the new goal, and I hope you enjoyed that little sneak peek of Alan Wake. But I'm pretty sure it's just the menu of Alan Wake where I was talking about Alan Wake, but I wasn't actually playing Alan Wake. Alan Wake. And what I'm gonna do after this stream, I'm gonna drink more alcohol and play Alan Wake. I mean, no juice, and play Alan Wake. Mmm. Minty. Well, I love a mojito, mint and lime. Give me that claw, bitch. Give me that tentacles. Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Oh, I didn't get a demon, did I? Fuck, I forgot to get a demon. Bloody Matt Demon! I forgot to get Matt Demon! I'm Matt Demon. Matt Demon. This one is shining in rainbows, so I'm going to pick the shining. If anyone understands my quote there, you're awesome. Matt Damon. If anyone understands that, you're awesome. It's from the same thing as I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely. No one understands. You're lonely because you fucking feed people to sharks. You're lonely. I've seen this thing, Brent. Team America, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. He's so lonely. But he's lonely because he feeds people to fucking shark. It's fucking Kim Jong-un. He goes on about how lonely he is. I like the scene where they fight panthers and it's just cats. It's just like kittens, because obviously they're little puppets. They're little puppets, but they fight panthers, but it's just like black kittens. If you need help, just give me a signal. What should the signal be? Flaps his arms about. Later on, flaps his arms about. Hey, one of them flapping their arms at me. They're trying to take the piss. Shoot him. About the same level of comedy as the you know, the interview. The fucking Seth Rogen and what's his face? Trying to interview Kim Jong-un as well. Just a bit. I just like that the bit in that film where in the tank and Katy Perry comes on. Goes, I don't know what this is. Dude, I love Katy Perry. Sometimes Kim Jong-un. Sometimes I feel like a plastic bag floating in the wind. Oh, if anyone has seen Super Troopers, if one more person says shenanigans, I'm gonna pistol whip their ass. Hey father, what's that restaurant you like with all the goose shit on the wall? You mean shenanigans? Oh, I love that film. That film is fucking awesome. Poison will drop when I attack, thanks to chat. Thanks, chat. I appreciate it. 30% more damage during the night. Night fever, night fever. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Freaking out, man. Littering ant. Littering ant. Littering ant. Smoking the reefer. I need to go watch that film again. That film's fucking awesome. I do just love that the fucking schnozberries taste like schnozberries. The guy's fucking high off his shit. Cause he's had to eat like 3 bags of weed and mushrooms because they get caught by the cops. The guy's just sitting in the back of the police car licking the window and going, "Schnozberries taste like schnozberries." Yeah, I know it's entirely chocolate factory. But the guy's high on his tip, so that's why it's funny. The lickable wallpaper scene, but the guy's just licking the window. Because I forgot, in the scene he blows his nose on the window, like he pushes his face off against it and blows his nose, and then he starts licking it. So then he says the snozberry, it's like snozberry. He's in the back of the police car. Okay, in his defense, he's eating 3 bags of weed and a bag of mushrooms. The guy's got no idea what's going on at that point. Plus, the police are fucking with him as well. I have this at the moment. Because they're basically, the police pull them over and go through the whole routine of like license and registration, and then the police just drive off. And then they pull them over like a minute later and do the whole license and registration thing again. So they have little games like that. Like they have Meow, where they try and sneak Meow into the sentences as much as they can. License registration Meow. You have a good day now. Yeah. Come with me and you'll be in a world of your imagination. Take a look. That's my I'm going to die song. If you have a God, then look around and you will. Oh, another fucker died of old age. Let's go back, clear out the other rooms, maybe there's something. Just money. Oh, we're not going to win this time. We have 3 hearts. No demon. We've got no Matt with us. Get that crystal. We got no Matt demon. Oh, jeez. My butters. Who else but butters? Oh, god damn it, no! I'm still standing. Oh, fucking hell. What you got a Gatling gun for, you bastard? I'm still standing. Feeling like a little kid. And I'm dead. He's a fucking cunt, isn't he? Fucking cunt. He didn't respect the Elton John. He did not respect the Elton John. Yeah, I'm still standing. Let's bring Kitten back to life because I might have enough bones now. Who knows? I mean, there's disease because of a dead body. I'm running out of room in this graveyard. Mike, you can go on a mission to get us meat. Oh my god, why are there 3 dead bodies? Fucking hell. I didn't even see all the dead bodies. I didn't realise there was this many. There's many dead fucking bodies. You go fucking sleep, you bastard. I wish it was like a mass grave. I could just dump them all in it. Rather than having to have like individual graves. Well, we're gonna have to bring someone back to life because they ain't got room. That should be enough. Right, let's bring Kitten back to life so we can bury someone else. And then... Keeping these fuckers alive is really annoying. Right. How old is Kitten now anyway? They are 71 apparently. Back to life for you, you geriatric. You come back to life still high up as mushroom, which is great. I see you guys voting. I can see the vote, you know. Oh no! Just clean the place up, for fuck's sake! Fuckers! Just cleaned it up. And cool, some of it's in a place I can't clean, so I'm fucked. No, I can see the voting thing because I'm watching the stream as well. So I can see the votes. So I did see people vote. Yeah, Mike did that. Mike doesn't like me, as we have discussed. Eat your grass. Right, that's me. And then who else should we turn into a demon, eh? What else do we get? Projectile. What does King get? Also a projectile, but +4. Why can't I sacrifice Kitten? Is it because you just got brought back to life? Oh, because I can't have 2 bows. Oh, okay. Flies away and returns with red hearts. Okay. It will be mine. Right, let's try this one last time, folks. One last time. We have enough for one last run. From me. Yeah, probably some eat. I should probably eat some food today because all I've done is drink alcohol and be depressed. I should probably get some food in me as well. What is this? More damage during the night. Fuck yeah. Not my love. Shit to do. Convinced I am the one, but the kid is not my son. Found it well. Listen, lovely job. All the help. Well, who's everyone's favourite musician? Mine at the moment is this. I've been looking into this a lot more again. Stop healing my enemies, you fucker. Ooh, stuff and things. We get a projectile that shoots when we hit things. We get gain 1 extra heart. We get when they hit down to half heart, all enemies are dealt 2 damage. No dancing today. I'm guessing you're doing some more Far Cry. Mike. The only Far Cry game I've actually ever liked is Far Cry 3. I played 4, didn't like it. I played 5. Actually, no, I liked 5. That's a lie. I liked 3 and 5. I played the Caveman one. I thought that was boring as shit. I didn't play the sequel to 5 and 6. The 6 seems like too much. Ooh! Half a red heart or blue heart? Blue heart. I don't mind if I blue. Ba-dum-tsh. That was a terrible joke. You can come with me, guy with really weird fucking eyes. Leader of my cult is a coward. How can I respect someone who is so afraid to fight? If your fast in blood and fire or kindness? I seek war. So I seek war! How's that a coward? Fuck you, you prick. Give me a card. Means poison. Battle. Hopefully we get more cards in battle. Cause I don't feel like today. I watched a Star Trek film for the first time the other night. You know, the first one. The original one. I've watched all the Next Generation films. I've never watched any of the original films. I watched Star Trek. Is it First Contact? Is that what it's called? I don't know. The first one. The motion picture, that's it. That's what it's called. It was alright. It wasn't that good, it was alright. I hear Rafa Khan's good, but I don't like the character of Khan. Like, the episode with Khan in it seems so fucking boring to me. I just think Khan's boring. I know it's meant to have like that big moment where Kirk goes, Khan! No, I've not seen all of the whale. I've only seen the Next Generation film. And now I'm watching the original film. I'm gonna see all of them, don't worry again. I've got to watch her. Voyage her. I'm gonna watch all of them, don't worry. I've got to watch all the cartoon first, though. Definitely before I finish the film. Pardon me, because they're set before the films, aren't they? The cartoon. Star Trek, the animated show. I like all old Star Trek. I don't like any modern Star Trek. And by modern, I mean anything after Enterprise. I liked Picard season 1, but it just didn't hook me. I've never gone and watched more of Picard because it didn't hook me. I like Lower Decks, but it's because Lower Decks feels like old Star Trek. I've not tried Prodigy yet. I don't like Discovery. I've not tried Strange New Worlds. Although that does look good because like Pike and all that on the ship. That looks like more up my street. Why am I glowing? Why am I glowing? Like I'm like flashing. Why am I flashing? Yeah, I'm not. I still got to try Strange New Worlds. Discovery just. I don't know. Every time I try to watch Discovery, I sit there and go, "This is shit." To myself. Oh, I was invincible for a little while. That was kind of wasted. For anyone who's seen Space, right? Here's a great quote for you from Space. Babylon 5 is a big piece of shit. Although I like Babylon 5. I watched all of Babylon 5. I loved it. Yeah, Space in my career. Although Tim is saying that to get fired because he wants to go back and work for the Fantasy Bazaar rather than the comic book shop he's working for at the moment. So he yells at his current boss that Babylon 5 is a big piling piece of shit, and the boss just goes, "Get out!" Because he originally got fired from Fantasy Bazaar because he told the little kid to fuck off because the little kid wanted to buy a Jar Jar doll because kids like Jar Jar. And the Phantom Menace was a long time ago, Tim. Not long enough, Bilbo. Not long enough. Which I love. It's a great thing. For anyone who watched Space, you know this, but it's a great thing that between season 1 or 2 of Space, the Phantom Menace came out. And for anyone who loves can't remember his name. Shaun of the Dead. Those two. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. For anyone who loves them and wants a glimpse into their real life, go and watch Space. Also, anyone who loves basically, if you've ever seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, or At World's End, you know, like the side characters you see all the time? Like, Sean's friend in Shaun of the Dead, you know, the one that ran into Yvonne, and she's got her own group of people. If you love any of those actors, go watch Space, because that's the whole reason they're in Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and At World's End, because they was all originally in space, and Simon Pegg basically keeps going to him like, me and Edgar Wright are making a new thing, be in it? And they go, yeah, we'll be in it. So it's great. So you'll see that they're in like the Yes Kitten, I Love You so much more now. Yeah, but Simon Pegg, the one who plays Daisy, and Nick Frost had an interview recently. Nick Frost was a pretentious dick about it. He's become a pretentious dick. Let's not get into that. But Simon Pegg and the one who plays Daisy, I can't remember her name. She's an amazing actress. I think she's fucking hilarious. Have said basically Space couldn't be made today, or they couldn't make any more Space. And the reason they say that is because Space basically just bled into their real lives. Like at that time, they were young 20-somethings trying to figure things out, and Space is them playing young 20-somethings trying to figure things out. Genuinely, they just said Space was basically like they said Space is 80% their real life and like 20% being an over-the-top TV show, and I love it. And genuinely, the character of Tim hating the Phantom Menace came about because Simon Pegg hated the Phantom Menace so much that he genuinely said to them, I'm not going to play a character who likes the Phantom Menace. And considering he helped write it, they were like, yeah, fine. But it's just like he hated it. Also, the whole reason we have Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End is because the episode of Space where they Tim stayed up all night playing Resident Evil, and in the morning he has like this dream of like killing zombies. That's why we have Shaun of the Dead. That one episode. The whole idea of Shaun of the Dead came from that episode, that opening. All the zombies in Shaun of the Dead that you see, they're extras. Like, all those extras are fans of Space. There was a thing on the Space website when they was filming Shaun of the Dead saying, hey, do you want to be in our next project? Please come. And 200 Space fans showed up. So that's all the zombies in Shaun of the Dead. They're just fans of Space. Also, you can see Tyres as a zombie in Shaun of the Dead. In one of the scenes, you can see Tyres from Space as a zombie, and he's still jamming out to his tunes. So that's awesome. I know he did. I know he did. I know. But yeah, I love Space. I watch it like once a year. I've got a mint condition box set, and I've got a box set I actually watch. I love Space so much. It's just fantastic. I love the paintball episode. That's fantastic. I'm so tired, Timmy. I'm so tired. No, Mike, no. I'm going to sleep. I've always been the stupid one. Me, Mike. I've always been the stupid one. Also, anyone who watched Space and went, I wish it was the third season. Simon Pegg and the woman who played Daisy, I cannot remember her name. She's a fantastic actress. I love her. Have said basically Space season 3 would have been Tim and Daisy got together and had 2 kids. That would have been the 3rd season. They would have had 2 kids, obviously called Luke and Leia. They did say that as well. They would have called their children Luke and Leia. But the whole 3rd season would have been about them finally getting together and having kids. And I feel robbed that we didn't get them. I feel robbed. That's it. Jessica, she is fantastic. I fucking love her as an actress and a comedian. One of the things she said about Daisy is that she genuinely said, I didn't play Daisy as a female, I just played Daisy as a person. Because she said, like, too many things at that time were very much focused on, like, women being women and having to do, you know, like, be up proper feminine. Where Daisy is like a character that could just be from any time, and I love Daisy. I think Daisy is like my most favorite female character in anything, because Daisy is so well-rounded and fantastic, and like she can be a woman's woman. Like she is in the whole episode where she goes to the fashion magazine and all that, but then she can also just be one of the lads. Like the whole bit where they're dealing with the drug dealers that Tim sold him oregano because Daisy took oregano to the pub by accident instead of weed, and she put all her weed in the food. He's like proper one of the lads in that episode. Yes, I do know Space off by heart. Do not question me. I should tell you every episode of Space off by heart right now. No, we were so close! He was almost dead. God damn you! Why you gotta play that music so loud? Because we want to. Because we want to. It took me so long to realise that that's Billy Piper, isn't it? Why are we gonna play that music so loud? Because we want to. Because we want to. No, I didn't realise that. As eggs is eggs and every odd number... No, as eggs is eggs and as every odd numbered Star Trek film is shit. Is also one of my most favourite quotes in Space as well. Which Simon Pegg was then questioned about because he did an odd numbered... No, Beyond's an even numbered one, isn't it? Yeah, Beyond's an even numbered one. He was still questioned about the whole every odd numbered Star Trek film is shit. But he did do an even one, didn't he? You're tired? Go to sleep, you fucker. I don't like that show, what's it called? Friday Night Dinner. I really don't like that show. Like I really don't. But I want to watch it. And the reason I want to watch it is because it has the guy who plays Brian in it. It has the guy who plays Brian in it. And I'm just like, yeah, look, it's Brian. He's an artist. He does pain, anger, and suffering. I'm sorry, I'm just remembering the bit where Tim knocks on his door. And he's like, I'm working through my pain, Tim. I'm painting without actually putting brush to page. And like, oh really? And he goes, I'm using my penis. And Tim just looks down. Oh yeah, they pick it now, don't they? They now the farm is automatic. They just don't fertilise it themselves. That's the last thing I need is for them to fertilise it themselves and it's sorted. Right, we will end in a minute. Yes, I'm going already. I have a lot of shit going on in life. There you go. Deal with some and then record some Alan Wake. Save, exit, yes. Control delete. Go to my end screen. There it is. Right, thank you to Kitten and Mike for being here. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll be around next week. Who knows? We're gonna go over and raid Fire because they are on, so we'll be nice. They're doing Valorant. I don't like Valorant, but we're gonna raid Fire to be nice. I'm gonna go record some Alan Wake and get blind drunk. Thank you for being here. Thank you and goodbye.